Good afternoon, and welcome everybody to today's very special event. And thanks for braving the elements out there. You know, we did a lot of planning for this event, but couldn't plan the weather, unfortunately. It's my great privilege and honor to be here today and welcome you all to our very first historic induction of the charter class of the Sigma Beta Delta Honor Society here in the Cayman Islands. So, as you've heard, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mike Ministo, and I'm very excited to be here today as the chair of the Board of Trustees of ICCI. And at this stage, I'd like to take a moment to introduce my fellow board members who are here today. So if I can just have my fellow trustees stand as I make the introductions. Dr. Elsa Cummings, Ms. Heather Bodden, Ms. April Cummings, Ms. Lucille Seymour, Mr. Andy Adapa, and Mr. Wayne McManus. So thank you very much for attending today. We're also very excited to have here today joining us the incoming national president of Sigma Beta Delta, Dr. Randy McLeod, who's going to be launching our initial chapter and introducing our initial members as well. Membership in Sigma Beta Delta is the highest national recognition that a business student can achieve at a college or university that has a Sigma Beta Delta chapter. And to be even eligible for membership, a student needs to be ranked in the top 20% of their class, and they need to be invited to membership by the faculty officers. So today is really an amazing day for our incredible business students. We are extremely proud of each and every one of you, and we salute you for all of your hard work and dedication that has brought you to this amazing milestone in your lives today. I should also note that this is the first academic honor society here at ICCI. And as far as I know, this is the first academic honor society in the Cayman Islands. So not only is today a very special historical day for ICCI, it's also a very important historical day for tertiary education in the Cayman Islands. And Dr. Law, if I can have Dr. Law stand up, please. Also wanted to make a special recognition of all of your hard work and effort. Dr. Law actually brought the idea of having this chapter here in the Cayman Islands. And I know you've worked endlessly to get us to where we are at today. So again, you should be very proud of this accomplishment, and we thank you for all of your hard work. Today we're really building on ICCI's amazing history after bringing tertiary education to the Cayman Islands some 46 years ago. And over these past 4 decades, ICCI has produced over 2,000 graduates, many of whom have become leaders in both the private and public sectors. And that's really why we're here today. We're here to celebrate with these new future leaders. You should be all very, very proud. And again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations. We are extremely proud of each and every one of you. And to those here today to celebrate with these students, we really thank you for your support. Thanks, everybody, for coming out today.
Thank you, Chairman Nisto. Now, ICCI Student Council President Michael Sanford will come and introduce our special guest from the National Office of Sigma Beta Delta, Dr. Randy McLeod.
Thank you, Dr. Sarah, and good evening, everyone. I am pleased to welcome and introduce Mr. Randy McLeod, who is the Vice President and Board of Sigma Beta Delta International Honor Society for Business Management and Administration. He will assume the role of President for Sigma Beta Delta in a few weeks. Dr. McLeod serves as a Professor of Business in the Paul R. Carter College of Business Administration at Harding University in Secrecy, Arkansas. He served as Dean of the College of Business from 1995 to 2002 and is currently the Director of the Business Sales Program. In total, Dr. McLeod has served Harding University for over 28 years. Dr. McLeod obtained his JD degree from Memphis State University. He teaches at the undergraduate and graduate level in the areas of professional sales, ethics, business communication, and corporate strategy. He has been active throughout his career promoting high-quality business education programs and organizations which support them. He has even served as interim executive director of the Association of Collegiate Business Schools and Programs, one of the leading specialized accreditation association for business. Would you please join me in welcoming to the ICCI and the Cayman Islands, Dr. Randall McLeod.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that introduction. And I bring you greetings from the Sigma Beta Delta Board of Directors. And it's been a lovely time so far here on your island. I think Dr. Marshall thought we were going to have a problem getting anyone from my organization here because the first date he put forward, none of my colleagues could meet that date. And then another date came forward, and it fit my schedule perfectly, and I jumped on it. And the reason I jumped on it is because I would like to introduce my wife to you, Teresa McLeod. If you'll stand up, Teresa. She came with me primarily because this is close to our anniversary. And so we're staying just a few extra days, and the weather has not gotten us down, I promise you. Matter of fact, we spent about 3 hours on the beach this morning. And then the rain came afterwards. So thank you very much. We appreciate that. Yes, I have been involved in the Honor Society movement for about 30 years now. And at one point, I was privileged to be international president of Delta Mu Delta Business Honor Society. Delta Mu Delta is the honor society if you have specialized accreditation with ACBSP. I won't bore you with what that acronym stands for, but if you have a specialized accreditation with them, then your business honor society will be Delta Mu Delta. I was also privileged to meet and become great friends with a number of board members of Beta Gamma Sigma, which is also an international honor society for schools that have specialized accreditation with a different accreditation agency, ACSB. We formed a Federation of Business Honor Societies at that time. We would get together and use it as a forum to talk and discuss issues that we saw in the Business Honor Society movement. And we found an issue, and that issue was if you were one of the schools, and there were over 900 institutions that chose not to have specialized accreditation, then there was a void as far as an honor society in that particular area. And so decisions were made, a committee was formed, and actions were taken to create Sigma Beta Delta to fill that void in order to have an honor society for those institutions. And as you might suspect, the academic process sometimes doesn't move quite as fast as the business world. And it only took us 10 years to make all of that happen. And in 1995, we inducted our first chapter at Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. And since that time, we have inducted over 400 chapters across the U.S. and several international countries. And so, once again, we are proud of that success. We've inducted over 80,000 students during that time frame. You know, honor societies, they're not a thing new. They've been around a while. As a matter of fact, the first honor society is still in business today, still going strong. You may have heard of it, Phi Beta Kappa, and it started in 1776, 240 years ago, and is still a very viable honor society today. If I had to, shrink what honor societies are all about, I guess I'm the type, when I teach class and when I'm trying to instruct in various principles, I like one word. I like to try to shrink it to one word. And if I were going to shrink the honor society movement into one word, I would say appreciation. That's what it's about. It's the way of your college to show appreciation to you for your hard work, for your dedication, for your perseverance, and the fact that the result of that, you're in the top 20% of your class. Top 20%. Now, in the business world, if you're in the top 20%, we consider you a superstar. Not just the business world, almost any field of endeavor, whether it's some area of sports or medicine or anything else. If you're in the top 20%, you're a superstar. And so, yes, that means that you have obtained from an academic world that superstar status. Because when I have CEOs come to me and say, Randy, I want to recruit some of your students, I've never had one say, I'd like to interview some of your most average students. They always want to say, I would love to interview some of your top students. And the Honor Society designation shows that you're one of the top students at this college. And that will go on with you on down the road for the rest of your life. It is something you can put on a resume, and whether you use it this year, next year, or 5 years from now, it separates you from the pack in so many ways. And so I want to congratulate you on that. You're also the type of people that are going to go out, you're going to be successful. And as you saw these board members stand up today, the chances are in the future, you're going to be one of them. You're going to be in the next generation, possibly a board member at this institution that'll be making decisions for people that are sitting in the chairs that you are today. As a matter of fact, last night at dinner, Dr. Cummins had someone come over to our table, and it was someone that was a graduate of International College here, and she had lost touch with him. It had been, 9 or 10 years since she had seen him. And all Dr. Marshall could remember is he said, I am now CEO of my company. And why? Because those are the type of graduates that you want to come back, you want to be a part of your college, and you want to be future leaders of your college. And I'm sure he'll be on the list for a follow-up with that. And so we applaud you for your hard work, but we're also excited about your future and where you're going. It is great that you've made it to this day, but I would be remiss to leave you with the impression that these technical skills that you've gained, this accounting or finance or whatever particular area you're in, is all you need to be successful, because that's just simply not the case. I had a CEO come speak to one of my classes this past spring, and as he said, if I'm interviewing 4 accounting majors, there's one thing that I assume: they all know how to do accounting. And all of them probably have some high grade point average. And so the reason I'm going to select one over the others is not because of academics. It's because of other things. And I would say sometimes we call those other things possibly soft skills. There's just one thing I would like to say to you, because if you're in the top 20% in the business world, it's not because oftentimes you work twice as hard as everyone else, or you're twice as smart as everyone else. Oftentimes it's because you do little things better than most people, little things. And one of the things that you must know is that you are in the minority. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the color of your skin. I'm not talking about whether you're male or female, and I'm not talking about your nationality. What I'm talking about is that most people think different than you. Most people like to receive information and make decisions on that information different than you. Why do I know that? Because God did not make a majority personality. He made all of us different, okay? And so the extent to which you realize that, and the extent to which you look at other people and try to see what they need and how you can help them, oftentimes will go towards your success on that. I guess I shouldn't say a lot of money, I wouldn't say that. But I made some money consulting with banks and financial institutions over time. Oftentimes what they want me to come to talk to them about is because they don't understand you. They don't understand why maybe the turnover rate is as high as it is. And they hire me to come in and tell them, how can we get these recent graduates to stay with us? And I must tell you, I oftentimes have to come back to that word appreciation, because the number one reason there is turnover in the corporate world is not because I don't make enough money, or not because I don't enjoy the job I'm doing. It's because I don't feel appreciated by the people I work for. And so one thing that you must know in your future endeavors, because I firmly believe all of you will be managers and supervisors at some point in your life in the future. And the reason I believe that is because you're going to graduate with a college degree. Most people in this world do not have a college degree. And we put those people to supervise others. And so you're going to be, it may not be this year, next year, or 5 years, but the time will come where you're going to be in management more than likely, no matter what your job responsibility is, and you're going to supervise people. And one thing that you need to be aware of, a good supervisor, a good manager is not someone that necessarily shows up earlier than everyone else and stays later than everyone else, although some people have reputations in this room. And it's great if they do that, but their job is to make sure that the people that they supervise, the people that work for them, number one, feel appreciated, and number two, have the tools to succeed. Because if the faculty that work for Dr. Marshall succeed, and they rise up, well, he rises with them. Okay, so his main job is to make sure his faculty have everything they need to succeed with those tools. That'll be your job as well when you're a supervisor, wherever you are. A Harvard professor once said, if all we do in the academic world is give you outstanding skills in accounting and other subject areas, we've failed. We've failed. Because in his mindset, what we need to be inspiring you to do, in addition to being successful in business, yes, we do want you to be successful in business. And in order to do that, you do have to work hard and have those technical skills. But as he says, what we need to be inspiring you to do is make a difference in this world and try to leave this world better than it is today. And you're going to hear the word humankind mentioned as we go through our ceremony today. It's all through everything that we do at Sigma Beta Delta. And primarily it's because we've got one of our mentors is the, well, he's got this think tank, this leadership area at East Carolina University. And he loves the Honor Society movement. He's been in it far longer than I have. But in his mind, leadership for our Honor Society students has got to be more than just being successful in the business world. It's, you need to make a difference in lives, make a difference in the world. And it doesn't have to be a lot of things. There was this fellow by the name of Danny Thomas one time, and he saw a need, an issue. A friend of his had leukemia, wanted to see what he could do about that. And as his daughter said, he had no idea that it was going to go to where it did. And where it ended up is this hospital called St. Jude Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. And that hospital is a place where if you have leukemia or some other childhood disease, then you can come to that hospital, and there are doctors from around the world that try to treat you, do the research, and bestow the best medical care they can to you. And it's free of charge. There's no charge to that. And my wife has a cousin who at 11 years old was diagnosed with leukemia. Her family had no money. Her father had died recently and lost everything in business before he died. And so they were from this little foreign country called Alabama, and went to St. Jude, knocked on their door, and they said, well, here's your story. We have 2 weeks to 2 months for you to live. That's how bad it is. Go home, get your belongings, come back. We will put you up in a hotel across the way, and we will make every effort to do all we can for you. And in that 2-month time frame, they made a breakthrough in their research where they can now put 80% of all leukemia patients in remission. She recently had her 50th birthday. Another woman is the sister of someone called Susan G. Komen. Her sister died from breast cancer. She didn't want that to happen to anybody else. She decided to see what she could do. And now my wife and I have had the opportunity to visit a lot of countries around the world. And my wife also is a breast cancer survivor, but she has run in that Race for the Cure, sponsored by the Susan G. Komen Foundation in Sydney, Australia. She's raced for it in Rome, Italy, and she's also raced for it in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is close to us, where every fall over 40,000 people race for the cure. And it's not really a race. It's a little 5-mile walk. We walk across the bridge. And and she makes me wear pink clothes and a pink hat. But it's a special day, and hundreds of millions of dollars have been raised to fight breast cancer. Why? Because one person decided to do what they can do for that. Now, at Sigma Beta Delta, we decided that we needed something that as an organization we could say we're going to embrace, we're going to support. And we invited at one time about 25 of the top students in the country to come to a leadership seminar, and we let them, with some guidance, create and choose what they felt like would be something that would be worthy of embracing as an organization. And they chose the organ donor movement. And we don't require any Sigma Beta Delta chapter to get involved, but we would encourage you, if you haven't thought about it, is to volunteer. My wife and I have to be organ donors someday. It changes lives. It makes a difference in people's lives in those areas. And so that came not from us, but from students. God has given you the intelligence to be here today. And some would say much to those where much is given, much is expected in return. So I would say to you, look into yourself. Be aware of the people that cross your paths. Are there areas, maybe some things that you can support, or individually people that you can help to embrace these concepts? You are superstars. We appreciate that. We ask you, make a difference. Make a difference in those things. You know, a wise man once said, you can have all you want in life if you'll just do one thing: help other people get what they want. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
On behalf of the International College of the Cayman Islands, we do thank you, Dr. McLeod, for your keynote and challenge. And again, we welcome you and your wife to the Cayman Islands. Dr. McLeod will now come and present the Sigma Beta Delta Charter to ICCI. Dr. Law, President Marshall, and President Emerita Cummings, please come forward.
This really is a photo opportunity for me to say from the Board of Directors and Home Office of Sigma Beta Delta. We want to acknowledge that we want to thank you, leaders of this institution, for taking the steps to show appreciation to these students. And we hope that you'll have many, many students in the future receive the Sigma Beta Delta award. And I will say one other thing. We do this. We give out thousands of dollars in scholarships every year. And we want to encourage you to encourage them to apply for those scholarships. Make it so, because it can make a difference in their lives. And we certainly would like to do that. So once again, congratulations, and please accept this charter for the International College of Cayman Islands and Sigma Beta Delta. Thank you.
On behalf of the International College of the Cayman Islands, we thank you and the board of Sigma Beta Delta for membership and approval, and we accept this charter from the national office. Thank you. It is now time for the induction of new members. Dr. McLeod will now come to lead this part of the ceremony for us. Dr. McLeod.
At this time, we would like to take you through it's not really, to some extent, an oath, and to walk you through induction into Sigma Beta Delta. I'm going to sometimes ask you to repeat, if you would, after me. And so I will say that, do you desire to be admitted into Sigma Beta Delta? If so, say, I do. Okay. There's more. Based on your academic achievements in business, management, and administration, you've been invited to membership in Sigma Beta Delta. We are honored to have you join the society that encourages and recognizes scholarship and accomplishments among students of business management and administration, and encourages and promotes aspirations towards personal and professional improvement and a life distinguished by honorable service to humankind. The principles of Sigma Beta Delta are represented by 3 Greek words, the initials of which form the name of our society: Sigma, Beta, and Delta. Now hear what Sigma means as read to us by Dr. Marshall.
Sigma is the initial letter of the Greek word Sophia, which means wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge gained over time, analyzed, and used with discernment. Wisdom is not merely information, but allows one to acknowledge information, consider its validity and relevance, and then incorporate it into one's own life where it is appropriate. The wise person realizes the importance of continual learning and accepts the challenge to do so and to gain a more complete understanding of new knowledge. Wisdom is knowledge applied. The wise person seeks to apply knowledge to benefit humankind. As a member of Sigma Beta Delta, I challenge you to pursue wisdom throughout your life.
Now I've asked Dr. Law, if she would, to read what the meaning of beta is.
So beta is the initial letter of the Greek babeos, which signifies honor. Honor is a personal quality of the highest value. Honorable persons are held in esteem, considered to be trustworthy, and admired by others because they have a life that is worthy of such recognition. Honorable persons have chosen to live a life that is bounded by integrity and ethical decision-making so that there may be free of tyranny of dishonor. Honorable persons strive to do that which is right, even in the face of opposition. Honorable persons respect others and are willing to provide leadership to the benefit of humankind. As a member of Sigma Beta Delta, I challenge you to accept honor as a constant companion throughout your life.
Thank you, Dr. Law. And now, please listen to the final explanation of Delta. Delta is the initial letter of the Greek word dioko, which signifies the pursuit of meaningful aspirations. To aspire to worthy goals sets persons apart from those who merely mark time with their lives. Persons of wisdom and honor must aspire to a course to achieve their objectives. For goals without action are no more fulfilling than actions without goals. To aspire towards the fulfillment of one's goals to serve humankind and develop personally and professionally will lead to a life of meaning and satisfaction. As a member of Sigma Beta Delta, I challenge you to aspire to goals that will chart you on a path of wisdom and honor throughout your life. You have now heard the principles for which members of Sigma Beta Delta support and strive to uphold: wisdom, honor, and aspiration. Do you accept the principles as your own? If so, say, "I do." I do. Please repeat after me a statement in which you formally accept the principles of Sigma Beta Delta. I pledge myself to maintain and uphold the principles of Sigma Beta Delta, International Honor Society in Business, Management, and Administration. Ooh, you did good. I will pursue wisdom. I will accept honor. I will aspire to fulfill worthy goals. As a member of this chapter of Sigma Beta Delta, I will accept my responsibility to support and encourage its purposes. I will continually seek to represent well my chapter, my college, and my nation throughout my life. Thank you. In recognition of your achievement and of your pledge to the principles of Sigma Beta Delta, we will now present you with the insignia of the society. This insignia provides a tangible symbol of the principles and of wisdom, honor, and aspirations to which you have accepted.
Thank you, Dr. McLeod. Let's give all of our new inductees a round of applause. Now we would like to first present our honorary inductees. Each year, Sigma Beta Delta allows local chapters to induct 2 outstanding individuals as honorary members. The honorary members should exemplify the highest standards and exhibit the qualities of wisdom, honor, and aspirations. Our first honorary inductee is our Dr. Elsa M. Cummings. Dr. Cummings, would you come forward and face the audience? Dr. Elsa M. Cummings is the President Emerita of the International College of the Cayman Islands and Chief Advisor to the President, Dr. David Marshall. She is a founder of ICCI, along with her late husband, Dr. J. Hugh Cummings, back in 1970. But in total, she has been working for about 50 years, establishing the first college in the Cayman Islands and the only one that has gained and maintained U.S. accreditation. During her tenure, she has taught Spanish. She served as chief examiner for the GED program. She was the director of admissions, dean, executive vice president, and president. For her work, she was presented with the Cayman Islands Certificate and Badge of Honor for her services to local education. She holds a PhD from the University of Oregon. In a world where many businesses fail in less than 4 years, she has worked to ensure ICCI's survival and success as a nonprofit for more than 45 years. Please congratulate honorary inductee Dr. Elsa M. Cummings. Dr. Law will present you with your pin. Dr. McLeod will present you with your certificate. Congratulations, President Emerita. Let's give her another hand. Our next honorary awardee is Mr. Mike Ministo. Mr. Ministo, will you please come to the front and face the audience? Mike Ministo is chair of the ICCI Board of Trustees. He is a partner in the Bahamas, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands, and Cayman Islands, BBC region of Ernst & Young's Financial Services Office. He has approximately 22 years of experience with Ernst & Young, having spent approximately 18 years with the Cayman Islands firm. Mr. Ministo works with a number of Ernst & Young's largest global asset management and banking clients, and is the banking sector leader for the BBC. Mr. Ministo holds an Honors Bachelor of Commerce degree with a major in accounting from Lakehead University. He is also a Canadian CA and a member of the Canadian Institute of Chartered Accountants. He is a past president of the Cayman Islands Society of Professional Accountants, which is now known as the Cayman Islands Institute of Professional Accountants, SIPA. And he currently holds the position of Secretary and Council Member with SIPA. He has worked tirelessly on behalf of ICCI since becoming board chair last year. His work has resulted in creating significant opportunities for ICCI students and graduates in the field of business. He has been an energetic fundraiser for ICCI, helping to secure some six-figure gifts for the college, with a promise that more money is on the way. Please congratulate our honorary inductee, Mike Ministo. Dr. Law will present you with your pin. Dr. McLeod will present you with your certificate. Our next set of inductees are the faculty officers for the ICCI Sigma Beta Delta chapter. As I call your name, please come forward. Dr. Law will present you with your pin, and Dr. McLeod will present you with your certificate. Lance Barnes, faculty. Melissa Hamilton, Academic Dean. Wayne McManus, faculty and faculty rep to the ICCI Board of Trustees. And now it is time for our student inductees. Dr. Cummings, Chair Ministo, Dr. Law, and Dr. McLeod will assist in this part of the ceremony. Students, we are going to make you work for this honor. You will be presented individually. As I call your name, please come forward. President Emerita Cummings will present you with your pin. Board Chair Mike Ministo will present you with your certificate. Dr. Law will present you with your honor cord, which you will wear at graduation to distinguish you as a member of Sigma Beta Delta. Dr. McLeod will present you with your medallion, which you may also wear at commencement exercises. Alrighty. Felicia Bodden. Cynthia Campbell. Shanique Connolly. Ava Ferron. Kamari Fletcher Barrett. Paula Ford. George Gorham. Derek Johnson. Melody Martin. Patriane Monteith. Desiree Miles. Kashima Ranking. Narissa Robinson. Diana Virtue. Jeffrey Walton. Let's give them all another round of applause. Dr. Alicia Law, who will be serving as the ICCI Sigma Beta Delta Chapter President, will now come forward and give the college's response to the inductions. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Well, congratulations and welcome, fellow Sigma Beta Delta brothers and sisters. It is indeed a great pleasure that I, as the new chapter president, welcome you to this elite society of individuals that recognizes your hard work and sacrifices to be the top performers in your class. Not only your sacrifices, but your family and friends who have sacrificed, excuse me, I'm all choked up, sacrificed their time with you in order to make sure you are achieving academic excellence. So today is a reminder that you are the top 20% of your class. You should be very proud, but with the Sigma Beta Delta distinction comes responsibility and willingness to strive to improve continuously. You're all the ones who have set the bar for the others. And now you have to set the example of excellence, not just excellence of grades, but of exemplifying high standards to your classmates, to your school, and to the island community. So once again, congratulations and welcome to the new 2016 chapter of Sigma Beta Delta.
Thank you, Dr. Law. Our president, Dr. David Marshall, will now come and bring closing remarks. Please welcome him with a warm round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Israel, and thank you for guiding the proceedings today. We appreciate you. I would like to add my congratulations to all of you, especially our student inductees. You are really helping to raise the bar, not just as our chair said, for ICCI, but for tertiary education in the Cayman Islands. Again, this is for sure the first academic honor society for ICCI, and we believe it to be the first International Academic Honor Society for the Cayman Islands as well. So you are really in the spirit of pioneering at ICCI, first college, first, a lot of firsts, and this is another first. And so as we go on with future inductions, your names will be those who have founded the charter chapter. So give them another hand. Also, thank you, Dr. McLeod, for coming down, and also your wife coming down, and please pass along our thanks to all of the members of the board for accepting our opportunity to have this great opportunity, and Executive Director Peter Banhauser for his work and the work of his staff to arrange all of this. So some recognitions now. Would all members of the ICCI Board of Trustees please stand once again and be recognized? All members of the ICCI Board of Trustees. Let's give them a hand. You may be seated. I had a favorite board member, but when Dr. Israel said there was more money coming, Mike is now my favorite board member. All right. Would all of the faculty members or anybody who teaches at ICCI, would you please stand and be recognized? All instructors, anybody who teaches at ICCI, would you stand and be recognized? Thank you. The reality is, for all of the work that our students have produced, none of it would be possible without the guidance and tutelage of the faculty. When I called Dr. McLeod about coming down, of course, we were anxious to try to set the date, and he told me the first thing he had to do was to check with his wife. This is especially so because, as you heard him say, they're celebrating a big month. This is their anniversary month. How many years, Doc?
48 years.
Give him a hand. So, Teresa, we want to thank you, first of all, for giving Randy permission to travel, giving him permission to leave the country, giving him permission to come to the Cayman Islands. We also want to thank you for sharing him, as we know that this month is very important to you. So, and we are glad that you came, and it's just lovely to have you, and we have something for you too. Come on up. Now, Dr. McLeod, just brother to brother, you know, on the anniversary date, your bouquet has to be bigger than that. Just trying to keep you out of trouble. All right. All right, so after the short benediction, we'll ask Robert to come give us a benediction and close us immediately. New inductees, do not go anywhere. Please come up. We have to get a series of photos. We will get that done. Also, those bags there, those gold bags are for all of the inductees, so please be sure to take one on your way out. And Dr. McLeod will also join us in the back after the photos for the cutting of the cake. And please, everyone, stay around for the reception. We have food coming up until you eat it all. All right. Thank you again, everybody, and congratulations to our inductees.